The guys up front lined up. It's first down. Keeping it on the ground here. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Second down play coming up for this offense. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looking for the wide out. And he's got it.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. When you think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years, go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s, and of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
First and 10 now for the offense. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Just trucks the man. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Scrambling around now, looking downfield. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Nice throw and catch here for the Buckeyes. And you know, Chris, it's hard to think of a time when Ohio State didn't have an efficient and prolific quarterback under center.
The Buckeyes look to keep this drive moving. It's an out route. The catch made. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
The Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. We go with a direct snap. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Chris, this has been a fun opening drive to watch by this offensive coordinator, blending everything, mixing in run with pass, a lot of formations. This defense right now is guessing what's coming next. Now they're into that goal-to-go situation. Can they punch it in and get the touchdown they deserve?
Buckeyes will line up here on first down and goal. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Ball back at the 10-yard line now for 2nd and goal. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And he's finally tackled at the 3. Defense getting pushed backwards.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
They've moved it to the 3. Now it's 3rd and goal. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm for the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. First down here for this offense. And here's the handoff. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a first down.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
First down and 10 now. They'll run it to the left. Running with purpose. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Important second down play coming up. Testing the right side here. And that's a solid gain for the defense able to bring him down.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Can he get there on the ground? They stop him for a 2-yard gain, which will bring up fourth down. The offense still on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it. Here we go, fourth down. They'll try to run for it. Brought down at the 40. That'll be a first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Tackle made after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
They'll try the right here, and they'll stop him after a short gain. Offense sets up for play number 8 on this drive. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure works.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
They need 5 yards here on 4th down to keep the drive alive. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. Touchdown, Kentucky. This quarterback on fire today. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, winding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on them. Look at this. They're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
Automatic on the PAT. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He'll call for the fair catch here. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
Here's the 2nd down play. Catch made on the out route. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The key on a 3rd down between the quarterback and the wide receiver is the timing. That quarterback knows that he's got to get the ball out quickly and on time to give his receiver a chance to not just make the catch and stay in bounds, but to be able to give him a chance to maybe get upfield and make a play.
Short connection to the tight end here. Goes down after making the grab. That's not going to be enough for a 1st down.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. He'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. And he lofts it toward the sideline. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the 2nd half.
Challenging spot for the offense. It's 3rd down and long from the 45. And pre-snap motion from the offense. The pocket breaking down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass falls incomplete.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. 3rd down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
And now it's a high kick. He hit it straight up. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Looking to set up a screen pass here.
Good time here to drop this screen in by the offensive coordinator. And a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
crucial. Third down play after that completion. They'll try to run for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Because I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. They make the stop to get the ball carrier down.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that previous play. They'll run the option. The back's got it on the pitch. Breaks loose at the 40. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play. Well, we thought we'd see that world-class speed flash at some point today, Kirk, and there it was.
There it is. It's a thing of beauty when he gets out into the open field, and I thought he was going to take it all the way to the house. You got to give these defenders some credit. Yeah, they gave up a big play, but what you love is they didn't give up and just let him walk into the end zone. They were able to bring him down. Let's see if it pays off for them in these next few plays. You know, where the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line, you love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. Because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. Looking to score, they'll run it to the right side. They finally corral him at the 1.
Well, they came very close to punching that one in, and now third down and goal. And if I'm the OC, I challenge my offensive line in that back. I just slam it right back into that A-gap and try to overpower that defensive front.
Third and goal, try to make it on the ground. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
But when you have a big physical offensive line, you can wait to third and goal and rely on them and the running back to get you a touchdown.
And they get set now to try the PAT. PAT puts them in front by 7. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get his top and preserve that momentum. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Throws it to the right. And is intercepted. And that's a solid return after the interception.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? They'll run it here. And the freshman brings him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Now it's second down here. Tailback with another carry. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy.
The back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. They're going to run it. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit trying to add 3 points here before halftime. And that is no good. After the miss, it's still a 7-point lead. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick this away to get the second half going. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. First play of the second half is a handoff.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Getting set. Here's second down. Takes the ball and heads to the left. And he will make the first down. Tackled at the 26.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line. But give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
It's a strong run. Keeps the drive going. First down now. And he's got it again. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Heading left after the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Send the back in motion. He's running out of time here. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play.
Well, this is exactly what the defense talked about at halftime, coming up with a stop to start this second half. Now they've done that on this 3rd down. We'll see what happens with the decision on 4th down, but the defense looks at a very different kind of energy to start the second half.
They'll kick it away here. When he's got some space here. They finally get him, but he found a nice lane in that return, and that means good starting field position for this drive. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Second down after that run on the previous play. On the handout, they'll test the right side here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Fires it to the wideout. He pulls it in for a big gain. The tackle is made, but the gain sets the offense up. 1st and goal from the 9.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And they finally stop him, but a decent game that time.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
2nd down and goal upcoming. That's a design quarterback keeper. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Defense looking for a stop on 3rd and goal. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, Chris, they come up short of the goal line here, but they've got to still consider going for it. You could try to punch it in from the 2, or I'm sure they got a couple good handful of 2-point conversion plays that they could use for this kind of situation. Let's see what they can dial up.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop.
Chris, how about this? The offensive coordinator decides to run the quarterback in a design run to try to catch the defense napping, but the defense was not having it at all. Waiting for that play to be run, comes up with a nice stop to get the ball back.
Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. That'll be a safety.
Man, that is a big-time play by this defense, and the only way they can score points without getting a turnover. That should give this team a spark.
After giving up the safety, they have to kick it away here now. And that sets up a return. After a very solid kick return, they'll tackle him at the 36. And now the first play of this drive. They'll begin at the 36. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires it to the wideout. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. And he steps out of bounds. A solid return and a great play to set up his offense here.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
Takes the handoff, heads to the right. Finding space at the 20. Tackle made after a big gain. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up 1st and goal. Linebackers moving around trying to confuse the offense. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. Second down and goal. They're going to run the option. Doesn't even get the pitch up before they bring him to the ground.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Urgency here. Got to cut into this lead. It's 3rd down and goal. Offense looking to throw the ball. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point up and good. So the lead is 12 here in the 4th quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. An interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Looking to pass here on second down. Lets it go quickly. He makes the grab. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. The Buckeyes come to the line looking to crank up the tempo.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
There's a shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They'll work the clock here with the running game. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
And the same runner's got it again. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, this is a huge third down coming up here, and here's where that chess match comes to head. And for the defense, they desperately need to make a play if they believe they have any chance of coming back to win this game.
So a very makeable third down for this offense from the 26-yard line. They'll run it to the right side.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, of this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving this running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. He'll hand it off. Powering right past the defender. Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make him 1st down.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down at the 47.
Well, this guy's been a lot of fun to watch today. Showing a lot of ability to get outside with speed, some toughness between the tackles. Now he's well over 100 yards, and a big part of the reason this team's going to advance to the next round.
Good job bleeding the clock on this drive so far. They'll come up on a 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's the handoff. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the 1st down yardage.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
That's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this isn't